It's time. Let's take the Celeron out of my E-machine and swap in a Pentium 3. The P3 has a slightly slower clock speed, but more than double the L2 cache space. We'll start by removing the thumb screws and the side panel, then unscrewing the power supply and placing it out of the way. Next, I remove the CD audio connector from the disk drive. Now I've got a clear shot of that pokey old Celeron. Then remove the CPU fan plug and use a flathead screwdriver to push down and gently move the world's least confidence-inspiring mount bracket. Once that's loose, the cooler should slide right off. For being 25 years old, that thermal pad looks pretty good. To remove the CPU itself, you'll have to pull this lever slightly out, then up. You'll see the CPU slide upwards as the socket loosens. The CPU should lift right out with no resistance. Then, install the Pentium 3 in the same place. Note the location of the little triangle in the corner of the processor. That should point towards where the lever rests. Next, let's remove a quarter century's worth of dust off this cooler. Start by unscrewing the fan. Ugh. Gross. I have to be careful with removing these brackets. The tabs are like glass. They were never meant to live this long. I blasted the cooler with canned air, but an electric duster is more eco-friendly here. Pulling that thermal pad off was so satisfying. For the remaining thermal compound, just use the alcohol prep pad, and that will do wonders. These were left over from my wife's, but alternatively other alcohol wipes will work just as fine. Dusting took longer than the rest of the install combined. Don't be like me and reassemble the whole cooler without the mounting bracket. Now, let's treat this cooler with some Thermal Grizzy Cryonaut thermal grease. I like retro hardware, but thermal compounds have come a long way in 25 years, and I would like this computer to last another 25, so it's in my best interest to use a quality product like Thermal Grizzy Cryonaut. Once the thermal compound is on, it's time to mount your CPU cooler. You slide on the south side of the cooler and then gently use a flathead screwdriver to mount the north side. Pro tip, use a large and stiff screwdriver for this. The added control can help avoid a disaster. Don't forget to plug the CPU fan back in. Then reinstall the power supply and plug that CD audio connector back in. Now time for the moment of truth. Hey, it works! Yay! Now let's run 3D Mark 2001, see how it does. Wow, that is huge! I can't recall ever picking up that many frames from a single component. It's like going from a GTX 670 all the way to RTX 5090. Also, that Matrix lobby sequence was literally everywhere in 2001. Celeron scored 905 marks, and with the P3, I more than 3x'd the performance. This went from an absolute potato to a proper Y2K spec rig. Now, I gotta clean this poor tablecloth.